Hello and welcome to Univision. I'm Carolina Sarassa. Happy Wednesday, feliz miércoles, and thank you for being with us today. And we begin today with a possible blockbuster deal in the works. Some reports now saying that Purdue Pharma is offering a massive package to end a series of lawsuits against the company for the alleged role they had in the opioid epidemic. And now to the recently classified Hurricane Dorian. The storm is now heading to the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico with sustained winds of 75 miles per hour. This just 2 years. To Ricardo Arambari, he's in Fajardo, Puerto Rico, on the eastern tip of the island. Ricardo, what are you seeing right now? Thank you, Ricardo, for that information. And now with Hurricane Dorian prepared to hit Puerto Rico, this comes the first real test for the government of Wanda Vázquez. She became the island's new leader after a very chaotic few weeks that even forced the governor out of office. Now, many are wondering whether she'll be able to handle the potentially devastating threat of Dorian. Lorraine Cáceres has more.
Approved $40 billion, not $90 billion. The president also asked Puerto Ricans and the San Juan mayor to be thankful this time around for the help the federal government is offering. The governor said that many things have changed since Maria. The power grid is better prepared. Also, hospitals have backup generators. They have a lot more shelters, and the telecommunication system on the island has improved significantly. Carolina, back to you.
Thank you, Lorraine, for that live information. And now, in the ongoing battle to reveal the president's tax returns, Deutsche Bank is now confirming it has some documents that were requested by Congress. This is all part of an ongoing investigation into Trump's finances and his real estate holdings. And Linares has more.
Although names are redacted in Deutsche Bank's comments, they could possibly include members of Mr. Trump's family. Deutsche Bank has worked very closely and more closely with Trump than any other bank over the last 2 decades, and it's thought to hold a detailed portrait of his business empire within its extensive record. In order for Congress to see these records, to obtain them, the court would have to rule in its favor. Carolina, now back to you.
Thank you, Andrea, for that report. And now to another major story we are also following, catastrophe in the Amazon. Concern is growing over how the fires and smoke in the Amazon rainforest are already affecting people's lungs, even as the battle rages on over the money to fight the flames. Rafael Rodriguez has the very latest. And welcome back to News. 2 years of free community college for everyone in California. That's all courtesy of legislation. As children head back to school, there is growing concern they may not have enough time to eat lunch. According to a recent survey, more than 20% of public schools are giving children less than 20 minutes to eat. Eileen Cardet has the latest. In other news around the country, the Justice Department has filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against the Baltimore County Police Department, one of Maryland's largest police units. Dozens of people coming together to demand better conditions for detained migrants. They held a rally to show they stand with the undocumented community, especially after recent allegations claiming mistreatment by CBP. Grecia Lastra reports. The Trump administration's crackdown on undocumented immigrants is now impacting the restaurants where we eat. Owners now worried about losing good workers in a tight labor market. Claudia Oceda explains.
March, the government sent letters to owners of restaurants saying that their names of their employees don't match with their social security numbers.
And this month, tens of thousands of census workers are heading into neighborhoods across the country, way before the 2020 census starts. Luis Mejin explains why. Coming up, police say they made an arrest. And welcome back to News. An Oregon man is now accused of committing a hate crime after assaulting a Hispanic mayor from Washington state. Paola Byron has details on those charges and the message the mayor wants to send. The U.S. Marshal's Office is searching for 2 murder suspects who escaped while being extradited from New York to Arizona. 56-year-old Blaine have brand new information on a story we first brought you back in June. The LAPD has captured a fugitive accused of driving at high speeds through the city, killing a man. The victim was going to church on Father's Day when his life was suddenly cut short. Salvador Duran has the latest developments. And today in health news, shocking results of a new study we first told you about yesterday. Researchers discovering that at least 3,500 donated kidneys are getting thrown away every year here in the U.S. Jorge Hernandez has the latest on this controversy. Sarassa, and I will see you tomorrow.
In today's Tech Reports, Facebook is trying to keep you safer and technology's impact on kids' creativity. But first, a warning about a new insurance scheme. Here's Annabelle Sedano with your tech news.
Hi there, that's right, and we begin with this. 3 victims so far out of... You guys still have your imaginary friends? I'm Annabelle Sedano, and that was a daily dose of tech news. Have a good one.
What's next for soccer star Carly? And welcome back to U News. World Cup champion Carly Lloyd now has a chance to make history once again. Lloyd is now seriously considering offers to become the first woman to play in the NFL, and Miriam Arias has the story on this.
Well, there you have it. She is seriously considering a future with the NFL. Now, to add a little bit on her long list of achievements, Carly Lloyd has gone to the Olympics 3 times, and she's won 2 gold medals in those visits.
And of course, she's also one of the women who led the U.S. national team in their 4th World Cup win. Let's not forget that, because that was a huge, huge deal. And also earlier this world of sports, but also in other regular jobs that women are fighting for equal pay. Let's not forget about that. So thanks so much, Miriam, for all that information. That's all the time that we have today. I'm Andrea Linares, and we will see you tomorrow with much more information right here on U News.